Welcome to another retro shelf video and to a magazine that has been part of my life as a reader, subscriber and writer for the last 18 years. It's incredible to think that Retro Gamer magazine started in 2004 under Live Publishing, and its first editor Martin Carroll survived the bankruptcy of Live to be picked up by Homebrew and then Imagine Publishing, and is still around today with Future. So as I say, I've been a regular contributor to the magazine, doing usually 2 to 3 articles a year, including some amazing opportunities to interview famous game creators and some fascinating research into publishing companies and developers. So this is issue 230 from February 2022, and as you can see, the cover feature this month is Earthworm Jim, with some superb concept art from Mike Dietz, and it's not mainly about the issue but a key feature that I have written for it in this time. So we start off with the retro bytes, where we discuss a particular topic or the writers involved in the issue, and that one is Earthworm Jim. Onto the contents page, load 230. The news pages, Activision's acquisition by Microsoft, memories of recent people departed, columns from Ian Lee and Mr. Biffo, Paul Rose himself, are a regular part of the magazine. Have a moment with Remute, the DJ, who is releasing an album on an N64 cart after releasing one on a SNES cart. Back to the Noughties, the regular look back feature, which is now featuring May 2005 and the original Xbox. Terra Cresta, this is a lovely double page spread turned vertically on that famous shoot 'em up. The main feature this month, the evolution of Earthworm Jim by Rory Milne, talking through the games with Tommy Tallarico, Nick Bruti and David Perry, plus then the evolution of other versions in the series. The Groovy Guide to New Junk City, that famous first level. Subscriber offer, there's been a problem apparently with the URL there, but I'll put a link in the description. The Making of Storm from Martin Carroll, the original editor, started out on the Amstrad CPC. Conversion capers here at the bottom, looking at how the game transferred to formats, another regular part of the features. Nick Thorpe talking about Attack of the Mutant Camels on C64. Graham Mason, a writer who I encouraged to try out for Retro Gamer. He took me up and has become a very important part of the magazine himself. So that's The Ultimate Guide to Mikey, Conversion Capers to the Home Machines, the differences between the free arcade releases, How to Avoid Detention, Guide to Playing. There's often a boss rush feature as well in these arcade sections. Developer Q&A. Classic moments from Paperboy, finishing the obstacle course. The Making of Dark Seed, with the art of H.R. Geiger featuring. Another double page spread, a retro revival on Rolling Thunder 2. I really enjoyed this article on Pinball Dreams. We're talking through the tables, the conversion capers, other versions, the follow-ups, and a Q&A with Andreas Axelsson. So You Want to Collect has become a regular feature too. So looking this month at Sonic games, gives you some tips on what to pay, what to look for, and some other suggested games. Peripheral Vision, looking at an add-on. This is the network adapter from the PS2 and talking about an essential game to use with it. The Making of Alien Resurrection from Richard Hewison here, talking about the film tie-in, which is heavily delayed, and the Atom Zone game that's briefly glimpsed in the movie and might even have been a separate release. How to get the best out of Alien Resurrection. Another spread here on R-Type Delta. History of SSX, mainly concentrating on the PS2 versions, but also looking beyond, leaving the competition pieced, or leveling up the best levels. That was Alan Barnes with that piece. Aaron Potter on the making of Crash Bandicoot Fusion and Spyro Fusion for Game Boy Advance, which are linked games with lots of mini game madness. Retro Inspired takes a regular look at a new game, drawing on classic games. So as you can see, this has a very Wonder Boy and Zelda 2 style. This is Agalos coming soon across multiple formats. Great feature from a newer writer here, Niall O'Donoghue, and he's talking chiptune concerto. So looking at some essential chiptunes and some current chiptune maestros, including one of my favourites, Chip Zell. Talking about performing live and capturing that sound. Another vertical spread here, PlayStation 3 in hardware heaven, and the essential game is Uncharted 2, and when you think about it, it was released quite a long while ago now. And most months there is a large interview feature called In the Chair. I've done a few of these myself. This month is James Rolfe, better known as the Angry Video Game Nerd. So talking about some of his famous videos, the best of the worst games he's played, the lore behind the videos, and some of the guest stars. That was an interesting piece. Sega Touring Car Championship in the arcade gets dissected. Retro Rated is another key part of the magazine here, looking at releases for new hardware. So that's Windjammers 2, Melchior's Mansion on PC, well, it's Windows and Linux initially, and there will be a Spectrum version later in the year. And more reviews there. SNK vs Capcom Card Fighters Clash, Shadow Man Remastered and Breakout Recharged. And then we've got the Homebrewers kit, and this is the restart of the Homebrew feature in Retro Gamer. Of course, for many years that was written by the late great Jason Kelk, TMR of Co-Scene, and he did so much to promote Homebrew and its creators, and I was honoured to be given the chance to take over the column. And it was initially supposed to be in issue 228, but due to some health problems and spending most of November in hospital, it's been delayed. But here we are, we're finally in the magazine. And so every month is going to follow a similar sort of format. So there'll be a main feature, the news bites, champion code interview, data burst reviews, and the processing previews. So let's go back, and we have first, the main feature this month is the CPC Retro Dev 2021 Game Jam, game competition, coding competition, however you want to call it, run annually by the University of Alicante. It's great to see them encourage the student teams to take part, and there's some superb games in there, including Shovel Adventure, which has already had a ZX Spectrum conversion, which is cool. WireWare came second. Survive the Week, one of my favourites there, was third, and lots of other little games, and you see lots of screenshots there. More of the highlights, Wrecking Ball, very good Arkanoid clone written in Locomotive Basic there, and Wrath the MCPC, which is inspired by Tron. And as you say, next key part of the column will be the news bites, short bites of information on what's happening in the homebrew scene, recent releases, new publishing details. And then we have Champion Coder. This month is Chester Colshan of Knights of Bytes. Commodore 64 fans will know them from Sam's Journey, and this piece is actually talking about the forthcoming NES conversion of Sam's Journey. Right at the top here we have a screenshot. On the left is the C64 version, on the right is the NES. There's an NES screenshot, flip out like a ninja. Actually a great shot here, building a level inside Sam's Journey, and Chester hard at work. Then we have the reviews, so you get one main review and two shorter reviews here. So I tried to cover quite a few formats in this first issue. So we have Bridey Witch Chronicles on C64 from Sarah Jane Avery. and that earned the coveted Retro Gamer Sizzler. Travels Through Time, Volume 1, Northern Lights on the ZX Spectrum. Brilliant work from Zosha Entertainment. That also just scraped the Sizzler at 90%. Love the graphics on there, superb backgrounds and the great cutscenes. And Puzzle Bobble on Amstrad CPC. Does a really good job at recreating the gameplay, and I love the tributes to other Taito games with the music and surrounds. Just falls short of the Sizzler there because it lacks the puzzle mode and the two-player mode, but still fantastic effort there, and looking forward to the enhanced plus version of that for the Amstrad machines. So then, final part of the homebrew column will be the regular processing previews. This month we've got 3 different little sections here. So we've got Dread pictured here, coming for the Amiga and ST, an amazing first-person shooter in the style of Doom, and incredibly it only needs an Amiga 500 and 1 megabyte of RAM to run. ST version will actually need 2 megabytes of RAM, and that's something to look forward to. Talking about Pigsy, who's hard at work converting Game Gear Shinobi and Castlevania Symphony of the Night to the Mega Drive, and there's a link to his YouTube channel in there. I've tried to use a few shortened links, bit.ly, to help people find stuff quicker. And then finally we're talking about Devil's Temple, Son of the Kung Fu Master, also on Amiga, from Graham Cowie and McGeezer, and that's shaping up really nicely. We're interviewing Graham for issue 232, so look forward to that. And then on to the final editorial content here. Hot topic. The staff talk about a particular topic, in this case their first machines, their first loves, their first games they bought, and the readers react to that. Just skipped over a page there. Then we've got the collector's corner, looking at someone's collection, what they pay for it, how they collected things. And the bargain hunt, where some of the games that have been analysed in this issue gives you a guide to what to pay for them. And I like this bit, this has been part of the column for quite a while now, the how much feature at the end, where it gives you a mind-blowing price for what shouldn't be paid for a game. And then my retro life. So this is a personal look at a subject from one of the team. Been some fascinating stuff from Darren and Nick so far. And this month my good friend, novella writer Paul Drury, has contributed a piece on his incredible selection of signed merchandise. I've got quite a few bits of gaming merchandise signed myself, but these are top of the line stuff from some amazing people. We got more reader reaction here. We've got the readers' letters page, and I look forward to readers' feedback on the homebrew column as it comes in. There's a monthly topic, or a topic for each issue, because it's about every 4 weeks this is published, that tells you about something here. So we've got what's your favourite Earthworm Jim memory from members of the forum and on social media, and you can win one of the bookazines for the letter of the month, the star letter, the header there with all the contributors, the next month column telling you what's coming up, and we have another spread here, Nick talking about Disaster Day of Crisis on the Wii, and each issue ends with the Endgame feature, which is a fun little feature looking at game endings. And this month we have Puzzle Bobble 2 from the arcade and some of the alternative endings from there. So that's a look at Retro Gamer issue 230. So I'll leave links in the description. I'm honoured to be carrying on the homebrew column in memory of Jason, and to try and promote some of the amazing work that's being done creating new games for old machines. So if you are working on a game, get in touch, and I hope you will support many of these brilliant projects. And that's the end of the video for this. So like, subscribe, share, and support me on Ko-fi, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep it retro.